I gotta get a mammoth tusk, yeah. Well, we know where mammoth tusks are. Well, you'd think there'd be one there, but, well, we'll see.
I don't get it. Men say they wouldn't mind piercing me with their arrow, or stabbing me with a sword, and then walk away laughing. Should I be worried?
There's mammoth tusks everywhere here, but we can't pick them up. Don't fall in that pit.
Now ain't this a surprise? No! I'll kill you!
No! You pay for that!
Come on!
Is someone there?
Looky here. Looks like we got ourselves a hero.
Right, mammoth tusk. Where's Aurlyn?
Can I help you?
Some questions.
Indeed, you must. What do you wish to know?
About your past, but
Let us pursue that. This world is like a story, a tale that never ends. Of course. What's on your mind?
I'm curious about your past.
That's quite understandable. I've lived quite a long and rich life, so you may want to sit down while I tell my tale.
I'm ready.
My past is more varied and tenuous than you might think. My earliest memory goes back to an unknown time. I recall waking up in an Aldmeri ship, sailing through seas of bitter cold. Angry waves and dark skies dominated my view, from horizon to horizon. I knew not where I was, and the other passengers were grievously wounded. Some were missing limbs, others were covered in burns and scars, all refused to say a word. Even the navigator stared silently, his jaws set, shoulders squared.
Sounds like you're escaping from a grave disaster.
Of that I knew not. I alone had escaped injury, and for months uncounted we sailed upon chartless waters. One by one they died off, until only myself, the navigator, and 2 others remained. Still they refused to speak, and what little I could glean from the books and charts suggested we had originally sailed to bring about a new dawn in a land that Auriel had forsaken.
That sounds cryptic.
It gets stranger. As I was exploring this ship that had become my world, I came across a hatch carved beneath the deck. Inside was a vast amount of books, scrolls, and tomes. I found I could read most of them with ease, suggesting that I was a scholar of some note. Little by little, I reacquainted myself with the world of man and mer.
What'd you learn?
I learned of the founding of the Sigics and the split of Aldmeri society. I watched the sunbirds of Alinor journey to Aetherius in search of our celestial origins, and return with otherworldly minerals. I witnessed Topal's expedition for Aldmeris, and how he charted much of Tamriel before his return to Somerset.
All these events happened thousands of years ago.
Indeed, from the age of those books, I suspected I was in the early Merethic era. Yet it was not until we had almost reached port, a full year after I had awakened, were my suspicions confirmed. Ships flying the Dureni flag bombarded us as soon as we were within sight, and we never stood a chance. I slipped overboard and swam for shore as the ship I once knew as the whole world sank behind me. Thus my life as an exile began.
How'd you manage to survive?
With cunning and skill. I evaded House Dureni and lived upon the edges of society for centuries, using illusion magic to conceal my identity. Eventually they left the island of Somerset and settled in High Rock, and I was no longer hunted. Yet I had been estranged for far too long, and sought nothing but quiet isolation. Thus I travelled north, and spent the better part of the first era sequestered in the Crystal Tower, studying and browsing the endless stores of knowledge held there.
What made you leave there?
The Slode. They invaded my island home and raised the dead interred atop the Crystal Tower with their foul necromantic rituals. That day was the first I was forced to take a life. My fellow mages and I defeated the undead, and I used solar magic to fend off the invading Slode fleet. 6 years of constant bloodshed followed, until the last of them turned tail and fled back to Thrass. We were victorious, yet I could not stay, as Somerset brought up too many dark memories.
Where'd you go?
I set foot on the mainland for the first time, upon the shores of Valenwood. There I had read of a machine far beneath the Tower of Green Sap, where one can step inside and be shown their inner self. I was hoping such a contraption would dispel the veil of memory so obscure, and reveal why I was on that ill-fated expedition, and why I was hunted by the Dureni.
Did you find any answers?
I did, but not the answers I seek. When I stepped in the centre of that orrery, a golden acorn flashed high above, and for a second the entire Tower of Green Sap seemed to think, ponder, contemplate its very existence, while it fluctuated through what can only be described as all its states of being. Suddenly, the infernal machine showed an image of an Elder Scroll before the entire tower collapsed back into one single form, no longer sentient.
So you went off in pursuit of the Elder Scroll then?
Not yet. Such dramatic interplay with one of the towers was almost unheard of, and it took all my diplomatic skill to convince the Bosmer I meant them no harm. However, once I succeeded in that regard, I was pressured to stay in Valenwood and act as a sort of emissary between them and their mobile tower. There I stayed, learning their culture and the ways of peace until the Three Banners War swept through Valenwood and I departed under cover of darkness.
You left Valenwood?
Molag Bal and his plane meld was a threat I could not ignore, and I travelled north to Cyrodiil, slaughtering Daedra and destroying dark anchors wherever I could find them. When the planar vortex was finally destroyed and Nirn safe from Daedric rule, I headed northwest into Morrowind, following rumours of an Elder Scroll secured within the mushroom towers of House Telvanni.
Did you find the scroll?
I did, but at a terrible price. The Telvanni wizard graciously allowed me to study the scroll, and I did just that, for many days. I saw disjointed pieces and disconnected ideas floating about like leaves in an autumn gust. I realised I would need a trained interpreter to help me decipher the scroll. However, the Telvanni wizard had been watching me for days, and realised I could not be blinded from an Elder Scroll.
What did he do?
He demanded I stay while he conducted experiments on me, and I refused. There we duelled, I with dawn magic from Aldmeri times, and he with twisted spells gleaned from his research. We laid waste to his tower, as well as the surrounding village, until I finally slew him and claimed his scroll. Yet I was also consumed by sorrow and grief at the destruction I wrought, and vowed to never again claim an innocent life.
Must have been hard on you.
It was. I fled Morrowind, barely avoiding the wrath of House Telvanni, and lost my pursuers amid the swamps of Blackmarsh, where they dare not tread. There I stayed, starting a new life as a mentor in a tribal village. Centuries passed, and I was quite content to live out the rest of my days here, until the opening of the Oblivion Gates heralded a new chapter of war. The Hist called to the Argonians, and I fought with them to vanquish Dagon's forces. We closed gate after gate, and fought with such ferocity that Dagon's generals admitted defeat, and retreated from Blackmarsh. However, my thoughts went out to Somerset, the first place I called home, and I bid farewell to my tribe and left to defend my homeland.
It's very brave of you.
I was simply trying to atone for my actions in Morrowind. In the end, when I arrived, I was already too late. I witnessed the fall of the Crystal Tower, and something within me resonated when the structure fell. I was consumed with hatred for Dagon and the forces of Oblivion, and slew scores of Dremora without mercy and retaliation. Yet I knew I had gone too far when one of the eldest survivors recognised my magic and claimed I was an Aldmer of times long past. No. I knew I could no longer walk among the world of Man and Mer, and that peace and meditation was the only way to keep myself under control. I departed on the next ship to Skyrim and sought refuge with the greybeards of High Hrothgar. I told them the truth, the same tale I told you, and they strived to teach me peace through meditation, contemplation, and worship of the gods. I have been with them ever since, learning of the world below through only distant whispers.
Alright.
Let us journey ever onward.
She wasn't kidding when she said you needed to sit down for that. Hey, Zelda.
Oh, look at the colors.
Here's your mammoth tusk.
Thank you. This should turn that old cat's gaze. Maybe I'll be able to become a caravaneer myself one day. As promised, let me show you a thing or two about bargaining. Don't want some shifty merchant giving you a raw trade.
Yeah. Alright. You mentioned the trading caravans.
Yeah, these Khajiit make a living traveling the roads and selling their wares. It's got to be tough. Skyrim's a hard enough land when you've got a roof over your head. Worst thing is, nobody wants them in the cities. Nobody trusts them.
You trust them?
Matter of fact, I do. They've been fair enough with me, far as I can tell. And Denord knows a liar when she sees one.
Alright.
Farewell.
I sort of dread talking to Aurlyn again, but I have to if I want to do her quest. They're both asleep, amazing.
So, what now? Indeed, you must. What do you wish to know? Fair enough. Ask away then, and I shall try my best to enlighten you. I couldn't be better. Why, I had just managed to unravel a conundrum that had baffled even those learned from beyond the Veil. It's a shame I had forsaken my former world, though, as this unified theory is useless here, yet I can never manage to transcribe such data into reality without shattering this realm of dreams, for I have already stood as dusk too many times, and will not do the same again, even to the great benefit of myself and our world. Of course. What's on your mind?
Do you remember anything from your ancient past?
Not distinctly, although sometimes I recall dim visions, like from a half-remembered dream. Dark figures in the dim light before dawn, whispering, chanting. I see a dark shape rising to dominate the horizon, while a sense of overarching order, stability fills my soul. Like the very bones of the earth were being made solid here, and yet something was wrong.
What's wrong?
A clarion call, shadows swooping overhead, harsh cries, dissonant voices, flashes of light, and finally, darkness. But then I wake, and I sense something was still left undone, like I failed before my life even began.
There must be some way to find out.
Perhaps. I still have the Elder Scroll, seized from Morrowind. If it could be deciphered, then I might know who I really was.
Who could read such a thing?
I've heard of a moth priest at the College of Winterhold who might be able to help. Come, let's get this scroll to him as fast as we can.
Alright. Right. We've started her quest.
What's on your mind?
You could stay here.
I hope I don't get planted by bandits.
Unless they happen to be good looking, of course.
Huh?
Ah, greetings. How can this elderly scholar be of assistance?
Can you decipher this Elder Scroll?
You have one here? Oh, extraordinary. Yes, I believe I can. Such a rare opportunity. I would be more than happy to read it for you.
You ready to begin?
Ah, yes. Give me a moment. I see a great expanse of frozen white, far to the north. A land of perpetual winter which has long been forsaken. Amidst the storm of chaos, where the icy tower waits, the Dawnstone and the fiery hunter shall contend with sundered memory, their roles reversed. Time and space shall be split asunder. The last bastion of order shall crumble, and the hearts of dawn and fire shall finally find peace. I must rest now. This reading has taken a heavy toll upon me.
Right. The hell did Aurlyn get to? Right.
Most of his answers are rather cryptic, but one part does make sense. The forsaken land of perpetual winter far to the north. That can only be Atmora, the ancient homeland of the Nords. I'm sure I've been there before, done something of great importance there. I have a feeling the answers we seek are just out of reach.
So, you don't need anything then?
So, how are we going to get to Atmora?
If we can find a ship stout and sturdy enough, then I'm sure I can remember enough to sail back to Atmora.
Disappointed is not the word I would choose, Colette. Excuse me.
Find a ship, eh?
Good question. The East Empire Company is the preeminent shipping company in Skyrim. I'm sure we can purchase a ship and enough supplies for a long journey from them. Or privateer one for our cause if necessary. Let's head on over to Solitude and see what we can find.
Alright. Okay. Is that the ship? Let's try and steal this ship. This has to be the ship. Can't see any other ships.
I fear the fires of old once again roam the skies. Darkness part before us.
Need to pick a lock.
Can a woman get a moment to herself? Leave me. I'm not going to warn you again. Get out, or I'll call the guards. Never should have come here.
You thought about your road?
Well, I think...
Oh, is that it?
I think we're committed to it now.
Last mistake.
I'm staying out of this. I'm getting out of here.
Stand well. Are you alright? Dead.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Justice.
Violence solves everything.
I'm not going to warn you again. Get out or I'll call the government. You should have listened. Guards!
Help!
Help! Trespass!
That's one for me.
Avoided.
boarded the ship.
Concepts, ideas, together they make the foundation of everything.
We're on the ship.
It would seem you have. Very well, sometimes sacrifices are necessary to discover the hard truth. Shall we set sail? We won't be returning until we unravel this mystery.
Let's go.
We sail into a new dawn.
Okay, where's everyone else? Okay. Don't have a quest marker. Okay, we found a door.
live to see tomorrow.
Tough guy.
Your decision.
Good shot, Ori. Okay. Okay, I don't know which way to go.
Not so close.
Oh, you motherfucker. Damn. Okay, this guy just ignores crits, power attacks.
You won't get away.
Final journey.
Ah. Does it go to the same place? don't think it did go to the same place. It can't have. Alright, we'll go this way. Son of a bitch. Let's press sprint, but he fucking crouched instead. Lucky I saved it.
I'm disappointed.
Where's Ori? Oh my god.
Senseless violence.
Accidentally hit Jordas instead.
Can I help you?
A better shield.
Of course, sir. Let's get going then.
Brought this upon yourself.
Okay. You went the wrong way. Well, there's Jordis. hadn't actually done a proper save for ages. Right. Oh, we're leaving. We need a key.
Do you feel that? That constant ebb and flow that makes colours more solid and the world more real?
No.
It must be coming from the icy tower. Come, we should find a way up. What do you mean?
Of course. You remember nothing about nothing that I know of memory. All the things over the heart and magic of the very gods.
Then that would mean my ship built the icy tower.
36 other makers raised Glacial in battle battles, covering darkness.
With voices joined, we channeled the sun's light until Glacial shone from within. Then, with the final rays of dusk, I stepped up to the centre day and opened a void between the stars, where night shone as day. From this void, I coaxed a single spark of light and merged it within myself. Thus, I became the Dawnstone, the stone of Glacial. And doomed Atmora to a long, slow death. You don't understand, do you? By themselves, the towers are nothing more than agents of stasis, keeping the world the same. Only through each tower's stone could they be directed. It used to bring about a new dawn free of ice and snow.
New dawn was conquering among bears, invaders, colonists, it matters not. They think sort of thing is all the same. Now, die.
Yes? Relish each breath and rejoice in each victory. You brought this upon yourself.
God, we're getting attacked by fucking everything all at once.
Rethink your course or perish.
Goddamn dragon.
Your journey has reached its end.
Oh my god. I went there. I don't have Dragon Ren favorited.
Dominance is long since past.
Where's my sword? There it is.
but you left me with no choice.
This world is like a story, a tale that never ends.
Looks like that conduit has ice in her throat.
No, it can't be. Memory has no will, no desire to change. It can only be a grim chronicler, silent throughout the ages. And just as a key can never desire to lock a door, the other stones never possess a spark of sentience. If what you say is true, then I claim my right as a conduit of Aetherius. I act as the will of the Dawnstone and undo the Tower of Glacial. At last, I have closure. No more sleepless nights, wandering and waiting. Now I can walk boldly into the future, knowing who I really was. Thank you for helping me find the truth. I don't think I could have done it alone. Please, wear this as a reminder of the bond we share. Yes?
That was it, alright. What will you do now?
It's finally over, yet my path is far from complete. Perhaps my true destiny has never been to wander forevermore, but rather walk beside you and shape Tamriel at your side. Breathe and focus, Dragonborn. The future awaits us.
Alright. I don't know what that does. It's worth a lot though.
I heard they lived their entire life without uttering a single word. Can you even imagine?
Can't you hear the thunder? You gotta run, you gotta take cover. Find up from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4" and full of muscles. I said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, I come from a land of love. In Bombay, with a slack jaw and not much to say. I said to the man, are you trying to tempt me? Because I come from the land of plenty. And he said, oh, you come from a land down under. Oh, yeah. Women go and men plunder. Did you hear the thunder? Ah, you better run, you better take cover. Sweetheart.